All right, Hawkman, issue 28, Robert Venditti writing with Fernando Passarin on the art. Go, take it away.
Yeah, I'm going to start by saying I had forgotten because in my head, for whatever reason, 28 was the final issue. I'm pretty sure it's 29. Because like it was getting towards the last third of the issue. I'm like, how the hell is this wrapping up? Like, there's no time left to do anything. How is this going to end? Don't tell me the book's ending on like a weird cliffhanger. And then I got to the end and it was like, okay, there's clearly another issue. So I guess I've got that. Biggest problem with the issue, I say problem, I use that term lightly, is there's like no JSA, and that's pretty disappointing. Given where we're set, we're in that time period. We were dealing with them last issue. It's kind of the big tease.
All of that stuff from you and Matt. Why don't you hop back in for a 3-issue JSA book?
No, it did feel like it was going to be that, especially last issue where we were doing a full JSA little mission, and then this issue completely takes that apart, and it dwells on this idea that Carter is he's afraid of death now for the first time. It was something we established last issue. He froze in the fight, if you recall, and Shara has to kind of talk him out of it. Like, look, you got to get over this. And the Hathset's dagger has been stolen from the safe. So they kind of do some voodoo with the with his mace that is also made from the same nth metal as the dagger. So they're kind of connected. And they find out that it's Anton Hasta, who is somehow alive, even though they thought they killed him. Who is the consciousness? He's the body for Hathset's consciousness. So well, maybe he's feigned death, and they're like, "Well, we need to go and stop him." Clearly, so they go to him, and he's on a train traveling towards them, and they get in, and everyone's kind of just seemingly asleep on the train. They're like, "This is a bit weird," and he comes out and he's like, "Yeah, all these people they're not really asleep. I've been dealing with Anubis, who's like the god of death and all that." And then they all get up, and it's basically he's got his own little zombie army. And we have like 4 or 5 pages of them fighting all these zombies on the train, and it's fantastic. Passarin absolutely nails it. Great little action sequence. But ultimately, it boils down to Carter versus Anton here, and there's this this fear throughout the whole fight where he can't deal with it. He can't deal with maybe this is it, and this is his last life, and he's for the first time in millennia, he's scared to die, and he just completely loses it. And have to say he's kind of capitalizing on this, and it basically boils down to he's cut him 3 or 4 times, good couple of slashes, across the face, the side, and it boils down to Carter kind of finally accepting what's happening. He's like, no, you might hurt me, but you're not going to hurt her. And he's like, I'm not afraid. And the final page is him kind of doing the thing where they pull the knife into them, to stop resisting, and lets himself get stabbed pretty healthily through the midsection. And that's the final page of the issue. Is kind of this shock moment of him being stabbed. Is this the final moment? Is this how he dies? And it kind of has some weight when it's going into the final issue of the book. It's obviously not going to be the end of Hawkman. Whatever they do, he'll either be alive or they'll restore the reincarnation somehow. Whatever they do, obviously they're not killing Hawkman, but it has some weight here at the end of the book. That's really interesting. I do wish we'd had a little bit more time to build up this fear of him, and then this acceptance. It feels a little bit rushed here at the end. I suspect that was probably just because Venditti got told he has like 3 issues to wrap it up, instead of whatever he had planned. Because we do know he did have more planned. But everything that is here is great. I just wish it was spread out a little bit more. Art's really, just top quality. Passarin's been killing it on this book for a year, however long it's been that he's been on it. And I've very little, if anything, to complain about in the art department. And overall, I'm going to give it an 8.5. It was close to the 9 in terms of everything it does, but it's just the fact that it's a little bit too much rushed into the issue that holds it back.
Okay.